Hello, this is Kate from Daily Tarot Girl, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this week's reading, I'm joined by my kitty Merlina. She's got her catnip toy, so she might be silly for this reading, but I'm joined by Merlina. She'll be assisting, and I'm using the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, which is a really, really quirky deck. I don't use this deck very often. In fact, I haven't used it in years, so I'm excited to break it out of retirement and use it for this reading. So my intention, as always, is to get kind of a snapshot of the week ahead and get some ideas and inspiration for the next week. And if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, and feel free to leave me a comment. All right, so the card for the beginning of the week, so Monday and Tuesday, and actually I'm just gonna adjust the cards here so there isn't that annoying glare. Is that better? No. There, that's a little better. Okay. All right, so we have the Moon, which is a major arcana card. And we have this card for the beginning of the week, so Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. Now, the Moon is such a mysterious card, and it makes me think of our connection, not just to the Moon, but to all the planets and all the stars out there. And like the Moon with its cycles has an effect on the earth and has an effect on all the people on the earth. And you may notice yourself feeling a little different when it's a full moon, or maybe even feeling more introspective when it's a dark moon or a new moon. Or you might not notice any of these things, but we're intimately tied to the cycles of the moon, whether we're aware of it or not. And it almost looks like the figure on this card is like worshiping the moon or singing to the moon or dancing for the moon. There is this kind of interesting symbiotic relationship happening on this card. And Merlina, look how cute she is. Just look how cute my cat is. She's being really good. She's really helping with this reading. She's really helping out. So the Moon, like I said, the Moon is the most mysterious card in the tarot deck, one of the most mysterious, if not the most mysterious. And it often has to do with like the subconscious, the unconscious, the world of the collective unconscious, the world of dreams, and it's an invitation. So beginning of the week, it's an invitation to explore this side of you and explore this side of life, whether you want to keep a dream journal or just noticing your dreams at this time. You might have more powerful or memorable dreams than normal at the beginning of the week. Yeah, and I'm just looking at this card. There's something else here that I wanted to mention. It's also, because the Moon is so mysterious, it's also saying that you may encounter this mystery at the beginning of the week by feeling a little bit either confused or just feeling like you don't have all the answers. And that might feel uncomfortable to you because you might want all the answers, but you might feel like you don't have enough information to move forward and make sound decisions. So there may be a sense of frustration, but the Moon is saying, like, lean into this. It's okay. It's okay for life to be mysterious. It's okay to not know. It's okay to not have like a super clear picture of how things are right now. Now, moving on to the middle of the week, so Wednesday, Thursday-ish. And I just want to kind of drop in here and say, And this is kind of off topic, but if you want to be able to use this reading today to sort of plan your week ahead, I've got some really fun tarot planning sheets for you. I'm going to put the link below on how you can grab those sheets, but I've got 3 different planning sheets and it will help you kind of take the ideas from this reading and incorporate it into your week. Okay, so 8 of Wands for Wednesday, Thursday-ish. 8 of Wands is... See, this deck is really weird. This deck does not show like traditional kind of imagery that I'm used to. So typically I would read the 8 of Wands as a card of like speed and like things happening quickly. That's not really illustrated so much on in this particular deck. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. What's happening? It looks like there's like a bunch of different hats on trees and there's like butterflies. There's like a feeling of motion with this card, and the butterflies to me are a symbol of transformation and kind of going through a bit of a journey. So just think about, you know, what butterflies are. They start out as caterpillars, they go into a cocoon, and then they emerge this beautiful butterfly and they can fly. So there is this journey of transformation. Traditionally, I would read the 8 of Wands as being about speed and things happening quickly. And I do think that this still applies here. So midweek, you may find that, I feel like I'm always fighting the glare of the sun here. Okay, there we go. That's a little better, right? Okay, so yeah, 8 of Wands, I feel like this is about things starting to kind of build momentum in your life. So midweek, if there's certain projects or things you're trying to make happen, if it's been feeling kind of slow going lately, it may start to feel like things are really starting to pick up speed and pick up momentum by midweek. And that's all I can think to say about this card. I'm going to move on to the last card, so the card for the end of the week. And here we have one of the reversals. So I'm challenging myself to read with reversals now. It's something I didn't do for a long time. And what I did is before this reading, I chose 10 cards without looking at them, just randomly chose 10 cards to be reversed. So there's not many reversed cards in the deck. So kind of cool that one of them has shown up here. And we've got, what is this? The Empress? Yeah. So we have the Empress, but she's reversed. And what an interesting image. She's like in water, partially submerged, holding the earth in her hand. The images are so fascinating in this deck. Okay, but she's reversed. So the Empress upright, I'm having trouble with this reversal in particular because the Empress upright, oh, you know what? I know what this means. Okay. Bear with me. So the Empress upright is about feeling abundant, being able to go with the flow, kind of having like a laid back sort of approach to things. Because it's reversed, I feel like we might have a little bit of difficulty doing that this week. So we might feel like we want to go with the flow and we want to be in our abundance and whatnot, but we have a hard time. So we may find we're sort of feeling a little more uptight than normal and just a hard time really just like letting go and going with the flow. And the Empress is so good at like allowing things to unfold and allowing people in their lives to just be who they are. But because it's reversed, I feel like we might have a little bit of difficulty doing that this weekend. So yeah, we just may have a hard time sort of getting out of our own way and just letting things unfold naturally this weekend. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but let's look at all the cards together here. I'm really noticing the way the hand is holding the earth. So upright, there's like a gentle kind of holding, but reversed, it becomes almost like a gripping. And so you may feel end of the week, like you're kind of like, there's this gripping, there's like this holding on to things, kind of having a hard time just sort of letting go and going with the flow at the end of the week. In fact, it might feel like as things start to pick up speed midweek, instead of like just letting go and letting things flow, it's like you want to kind of regain a sense of control over things. You want to kind of micromanage things a little bit more than normal. Okay, so let's zoom out. Let's look at all of these cards together and let's just see. There we go. Okay, that's kind of a weird angle, but there's no glare. Okay, let's see what other things pop up. Oh, I'm noticing, look, there's a heart on her cheek and a heart on the cheek of the moon. That's fascinating. That's a really interesting, like, double symbol there, the heart on the cheek. And it's kind of on the same cheek too. So there is this like connection between the Empress and the moon. And I feel like the more you embrace the mystery of things and the more you're okay with not knowing and not having all the answers and just trusting that you'll figure things out in the right time that you need to, the right information will come to you at the right time, even if you don't have the big picture right now, the more you're able to do that, the easier it will be for you to get into Empress mode. But the more obsessed you get with like trying to get all the answers and trying to get clarity on things and trying to know what to do, the more you're going to feel the Empress reversed. You're going to feel like you're kind of gripping things, holding on to things, having kind of a hard time sort of letting go and just sort of going with the flow. Okay, I'm just going to take one more look and see if anything else jumps out. This does feel like a week where things have the potential to really progress and start to pick up speed. It's just how are you going to deal with that? Like, does that feel good, or does it feel like you're on a roller coaster and you're like gripping onto the sides of your seat, or the bar in front of you, like like that? Or does it feel exciting, like finally things are picking up speed, things are unfolding? Like, it just depends how you deal with that speeding up and things starting to unfold more quickly. Oh, and I also noticed there's like the figure on this card is holding these spherical shapes, just like the Empress is holding the Earth. So that's kind of interesting. We also have stars. I'll just turn it upright because it's kind of easier to see. So there's stars all the way around the Earth, and then here with the moon, we have stars all in the background. I feel like these two cards are very connected. And the Eight of Wands is kind of different from these two. So again, and then we've got the birds all around and we've got the fish all around. So there's some real interesting similarities. And look, there's a crescent moon on her crown, crescent moon here. So there's a lot of connection between the beginning of the week and the end of the week. And I feel like the way whatever happens at the beginning of the week will kind of come around by the end of the week. And how you start your week, how you start things will determine how things kind of unfold by the end of the week. And again, I want to reiterate this feeling of just embracing the mystery. The moon is inviting you to embrace the mystery and to be okay with not knowing everything and having all the answers. And the Empress is about letting go, going with the flow. And the more you can embrace the mystery, the more you can go with the flow. But of course, she turned up reversed. So the more you struggle to embrace the mystery, and the more you're not okay with not having all the answers, the harder it's going to be for you to really sort of let things unfold. So feel free to leave me a comment if you have a different take on these cards, or if you're spotting some different symbols that I didn't quite pick up on. Feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts on these cards. Again, this is the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. I don't have the box here, so I can't show you the box, but it's a really fun kind of different sort of quirky deck. Yeah, so I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.